It is 3:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 17th, 2025. I'm going to be Director Brian Knight, San Andreas State Marshals, call sign 0495. To my right-hand side.
Sergeant Mabel for the BCSO, 518.
Mr. Lopez, at this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state. If one is available, put that in parentheses, minus all the rights that are removed, given that you are a lifer, equals X. Do you understand X?
Yeah, I understand that.
All right, fantastic. I'm gonna do something for you, and this is just for brevity's sake. Let me see. We're both gonna learn today, Mr. Lopez. I'm going to go ahead and open up the lifer's rights. Which is in here somewhere. And if anyone behind the glass knows the exact legislation name, feel free to 311 it. I want to make sure that you understand all your stuff. Are you familiar with your prison rights, Mr. Lopez?
Yeah, I'm familiar, man. I've been there for a year and a half.
Okay,
Been
and
there
how does
before
that?
DOC.
How does that get chopped
I
up?
got the right to a doctor or healthcare or well-being, whatever, something like that. Excuse my language, not too educated.
Mm.
And I think the right to the guards safekeepers or something like that.
Do you know where all that is written?
Oh, no idea. We were told by, various iterations of DOC I've been through. I don't know where they have it written or where they're getting it from. And I was there when the first DOC came in after Dogtown. I forget the lady's name. The marshal came with them. That was when Bailey was.
Where the hell is
DOC,
their shit?
And the marshal lady pulled us to the side and she said, if we ever feel wrong, we can contact the marshals because that's who's above the DOC. That's about it. Wrong, mistreated, whatever you want to call it. You feel me?
I understand. Oh, here we go. You have the right to safety in life. You have the right to necessary medical care. You have the right to correspondence, education, to file grievances, file authority conduct reviews, and humane treatment. You don't have privacy.
That's what I said, right?
You have correspondence monitoring and no autonomy. But anyways, all said and done, let's kind of kick it off here. Mr. Lopez, you broke out of prison. Why?
Yeah. Lifelong dream.
To break out or to be on the outside?
I mean, once I got caught and I was told me I'll be serving life, what's there left to live for, right? You know what I mean?
I haven't really had the opportunity to get to know you too well. What are you in prison for?
Oh, I had a sticky bomb that I threw at a car with two officers, and the car exploded. The officers happened to pass away. But right before I threw that sticky bomb, I had spotted out, here comes the boom. And I was wondering why it's taking too much. It was a lot of commotion in the hospital. Nobody was leaving. And then I twatted out again. I didn't hurt him too much, did I? So that was enough to paint a bunch of, what do you guys call that? Meditated murders or whatever.
Mm.
And they transferred me, I think, back in June 24, Bolingbrook. Good times, no wardens. Just, I was living life.
So your main primary motivation, as I understand it, is you've been in prison for some time and you wanted out.
I'm pretty sure every lifer you'll ask is they just want to leave the shithole. You know what I mean?
I understand. Um. Okay. All right. How long have you been in Bolingbrook? Like here
I
in
don't
San
remember.
Andreas?
Yeah. I don't remember the exact date of my transfer, but I think it was either June 11th, June 14th, 2024, or something like that. Sometime in June 2024.
Okay. Easy. Okay. Who broke you out?
I don't know.
Okay. So how did that go?
Some saw an opportunity, got in, and saw another opportunity when we were over the fence and just jumped out.
You jumped out?
I mean, I had a parachute, but yeah, I jumped out.
You jumped out of what?
I mean, if you guys haven't it figured out, the newspaper has it figured out. Out of the
Well,
car.
I'm asking you, right?
I jumped out of the car.
Were you in the vehicle?
Yeah.
The one that was attached to the cargo bob?
Yeah.
Okay. What made you, did you plan to hop in there, or was it a opportunity that you just happened to take
Maybe
on?
a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know,
How long have you
a
known?
lot of
How long did you know about this whole thing sort of getting set up? Like, at what point did you know something was going to happen that day?
I don't recall that.
Well, rough ballpark.
When I got on the yard and I saw everything happening, let's say.
Well, could you explain in a bit more detail? Because that could mean a lot of things.
When I see a helicopter living, I decided to live with it.
So you're saying you were opportunistic?
Yeah. I always get the life of the horns, the bull by the horns,
Gotcha.
whatever you want to call it.
Do you
Long live dream. That was my opportunity.
are you so you're claiming right now that you knew nothing about it until you saw the car will go Bob come in?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. I find that a little hard to believe because I feel like you would have had to have been allowed on, right?
Pretty sure I'm a valid person.
How long have you known Matthew Colby for?
Believe it or not, I think Matthew was transferred a day after me in that prison. We'll go way back.
Yet he didn't help you today, did he?
I don't know. I don't see him here.
Does it not concern you that Matthew Colby may have alternative motivations, perhaps not aligned with your own?
In that prison, you learn to coexist. You don't choose who you in prison with.
But you still have choices, right? For example,
Yeah.
there was plenty of other inmates that did not have the opportunity to get into the vehicle or the Bobcat, or not, I keep saying Bobcat, in the cargo bob. There's plenty of room.
Okay, you can say there was plenty of room, but there are not that many people with the balls to do that.
Balls or the opportunity?
I will say balls. Have you talked to any of those lifers?
They are a bit loony, but I don't think you
Yeah.
or Colby would have allowed them on.
I think that's where you're wrong, man. See, me and Colby found the prison a different place when we came in.
That's why we asked it.
You know, motherfuckers went online, motherfuckers on the wall, and taking all the mats. Well, those motherfuckers, they're not there anymore. And the name might be on the wall of people passed away. I always believed, walling here, even if we don't like each other, we got to go exist and work together.
I think you're trying to convince me that you run the prison in some fashion, and those that have walked out of line you have dealt with, but that has not seemed to be the case for some time now. Maybe a couple months back, but not recently.
I'll let you know. Hey, I survived as long as I survived because nobody think I did shit, and I was just blowing smoke in the air, just talking shit.
Hmm.
You know, when somebody's talking a lot, you take in two ways. You might think he's bullshitting, or he might be letting too much that you look like there's no way he'll tell me all that.
Well, honestly, I want to know a little bit more about, how the prison works. I've been very.
You can ask me anything you want about the prison, man. Like I said, I've seen it at its worst. I've seen it at its best.
Back in the day, the prison was thriving. I'm familiar with. Have you ever heard the stories about people worshiping the wall?
I've talked to some lifers that they were worshiping the wall, but for the current lifers, the wall means something completely different. Like I told you, you said Brian, right?
Mm.
Like I told you, Mr. Brian. When I showed up there used to be one motherfucker that used to say, today we're doing scrap for 4 hours. And you see motherfuckers lining up doing scrap for 4 hours. And at the end of the 4 hours, you're like, okay, wall time. And take all their mats and then give you a phone in return, a pack of cigarettes, and say, good job, man. Thank you. You helped a lot. Well, like I said, believe it or not, with some work, people like Colby, me, rest in peace, Cassie, we changed that. That's the sad side of the prison.
Huh. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, you're telling me that the wall now represents, and correct me if I'm wrong, people who do a good job or people that are doing too much? Because
the wall represents a sad time where you're listening to one idiot because people were not willing to rebel against them. And all we put now on the wall is dead people's names.
so those that work too hard in the prison are punished.
No, those.
Well, let me just ask directly: Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing in your mind or a bad thing to have that many mats?
You don't understand what I was saying about the mats.
I don't. Yeah.
Let's say I'm the mean bad guy of the prison, right?
Yeah.
And my name is, let's say, Javier, for example. So you're a brand new inmate. You just arrived in the prison. Javier is telling you to go work scrap for 4 hours. You work. You did all the work. And then Javier lines you up on the wall. You put your hands up and he strips you all your mats. And he tells you, good job, man. Here's a phone. We'll do it again tomorrow. And then tomorrow he gives you a pack of cigarettes. And you are becoming a worker. That doesn't happen anymore. Like I said, if you ask old lifers, that's what the wall represented back in the day. And we don't fuck with that. The current lifers will just put dead people's names on the wall for remembrance.
I would like to spend more time with you to understand the prison. And when we catch Mr. Colby, perhaps at that stage, I think there's a lot of things happening. If we catch him,
I'm just saying it's always an if, right?
There is. Are you aware of Colby's relationship with the Faceless?
No clue.
Gotcha. He hasn't told you anything about it.
Don't know nothing about that.
His relationships on the outside, even after he escaped previously.
I learned not to ask questions though, don't involve me. I've
I
been on the streets
understand.
for way too long.
So then, if
My
that's
grandma used to say, if somebody else is baking a pie, fucking let her burn. You ain't eating it. It's their pie anyways.
so the relationship between you and Colby is a matter of convenience. Then it's not an actual friendship.
I serve serious time with him. I'll help him out, and I think he'll help me out if I need to,
You did,
or I want to believe.
but I find it hard to believe that somebody that has broken out as long as he has wouldn't A, be assisting you, B, provide you enough to know how to handle yourself on the outside, and C, let alone let you know some of the things that he may be involved in for his own good and yours. So while you do say you know not to ask certain questions, that's not really, how most people operate.
If you can ask the warden, I'm not most people.
Okay, fair enough.
I've never even attacked a guard once in my life in prison without standing on it.
Let me ask you a
You know what I
question.
mean?
You want out, right?
Yeah.
Do you want a second opportunity?
I have an offer on the table after you guys are done.
For a second opportunity?
Yeah.
What do you mean a second offer? I'm not sure.
I happened to pick up one of the newspapers. I said there's a lung donor needed. I'm a really healthy person. I'm
There's
like
a what?
every day, all day. Lung donor needed in the newspaper.
A lung donor.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my language,
No,
some of those letters are a little hard to pronounce. I'm used to pronounce them a little different in other languages, let's say.
I understand. What about where does offering a donor lung come into play?
I'm willing to offer one of my lungs. I'm a really healthy person. Every time I'm in the yard, I usually bite.
That's, I think that's very generous of you, to be honest.
Yeah,
genuinely.
thank you so much.
But I mean, do you want to get out?
It depends what that entails.
Well, if I told you right now that there might be an opportunity for us to find a avenue to get you a second chance, would you be willing to work with us a little bit further and show us that?
It depends on what details, because I do have my own principles.
Well, you have principles, right? But so did a lot of people throughout history. Yeah. And sometimes those principles conflict with the outside world.
Okay.
Those that deserve to be released from Bolingbroke, whether it's a lifer or whether it's a temp, is that they've served their sentence and paid off their debt to society. That's the first. But the second is that they've show some change, remorse. And don't get me wrong, this is not to say that, temps don't go in and out of prison, hardly changing their ways, but some do. But in your particular condition, your particular state, for you to be released, there would need to be some form of pattern of change. And I don't mean violence on the outside, but to show that you can distance yourself away from some of the people that you've been around, to show that you could be a good citizen, a valuable one, a contributing member of society. But I think the only way to really verify that is if you are willing to speak to some of the things that have happened in the past, or even these just past couple days. Is that something you'd be interested in?
It depends on your questions. Like I said, about prison, I can be an open book, but it depends on what you ask me.
Who how many individuals were broke into prison?
I don't know. I'm not too good at math.
Well, this is just counting.
I mean, it was enough. It was a lot.
Okay. What kind of weapons did they have?
Not sure. I don't usually pocket watch everybody.
Okay.
Those are not prison questions.
You willing to tell us anything about what happened? Anything of consequence? How they looked like, how they
I
sounded,
told you
what they
everything.
had?
Oh, I have no idea about that, man.
I understand. Maeve, do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of right at this moment.
Okay.
No, not about the breakout. No.
All right. Well, Mr. Lopez, look, we'd love to have more of a conversation in the future, but we got to go catch your buddy. You know what I mean?
Hey, tell him I say hi if you find him.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here at 3:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, Mr. Lopez.